Of everything that I listed yesterday, which was mostly CD lots, this is what sold right away. The For Your Consideration FYC DVDs. If you don't know what these are, FYC For Your Consideration, look them up. They're Emmy nomination, Emmy considerations, Oscar considerations. This is what they mail out to people that are giving those awards, that are voting. There's a ton of them. There's 32 of them. Sold for $39.99 plus shipping. If you're getting into bulk, especially mixed media, gaylords, or pallets, you're going to come across these a fair amount. So bulk, lot them up and sell them on eBay. They do really well.
Should you sell, now that's what I call music, CD lots on eBay? Yes, if you have access to lots of CDs and you have the space to store them and bundle them together and get enough together. No, if you are buying individually and cherry picking, because it's not going to be worth it, the effort. So if you're into lots of bulk pallets, gaylords, or you're buying locally in bulk, however you're doing it, then yeah, you're going to come across a lot of these. So I've gone through all of the, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's these. Now that's what I call music. They're over 100 now. They started back in the late 90s, like 99, I think, was the first one. And now here we are in 2024, and they're still doing it. And it basically is the hits, the most recent hits of that year, of that time when the CD comes out. So the reason why these are so popular is because they have hit music on there. They play on the radio that was big during that time, during that era. So if you're going to buy, one of these from 2001, 2002, 2003, that's going to be the songs from those years. Let's take a look. Here's number 6. And here's the artist. We got Britney Spears, NSYNC, Jennifer Lopez, Shaggy, Coldplay, Lenny Kravitz, etc. Creed, U2. So the artists from that time period, from when those CDs came out. So I have 23 here, and I have, I think, 58 different CDs. So also they have ones that are like, now that's what I call music country. Now that's what I call music Christmas music. That's what I call music Disney. So they have other ones like that as well, different collections. I don't know how many in total they've put out since they started doing it, but it turns out that when you look on eBay, the sell-through rate is really high. So I think there was like a little less than 300 of lots, with now that's what I call music CD lot in the title, when you search it. And then when you look at what sold the last 90 days, it was like around 180 that have sold. So the sell-through rate is really high, 90-day sell-through rate. So I would definitely recommend selling this if you're getting these in bulk or getting, media in bulk, basically, because you are for sure going to come across them. I always come across them when I buy pallets or gaylords of mixed media. There's always some in there, in every single pallet, just like there's always classical. What else is there? There's always country. There's just certain ones that you see, kind of like with DVDs, you see certain titles a lot. And this is one. So yeah, definitely you should sell it if you are, like I mentioned, if you're really getting into that, or if you're really getting into bulk and coming across lots and lots of CDs, because you'll probably get enough of them together. But make sure you got the room, the patience to build up enough. You don't even need to have like 58 like I do. You can have 20, 30 and still sell them for decent money. So you can get 30 of them, sell it for seems to be around $2 per CD, sometimes more, depending. The earlier ones are actually now in demand because in bulk, as a lot, because they're so old. They're like 20 plus years old. and people want to listen to that music, or they want to, you know, for nostalgic purposes, that kind of thing, and they want to have the hits of that era and those years. So, you know, it's just an example of a CD series or set that you can put together to sell for good money. Today I went through all of those retail store CDs. So as an example, Williams-Sonoma had a bunch. Pottery Barn put out a ton of CDs over the years. Starbucks has put out a ton of CDs. Oh, what else? There was Old Navy, Nordstrom, believe it or not. Even Eddie Bauer had a few. So, and then all that was left, I put into one big lot of 29 CDs, all different retail stores, CDs, you know, that put them out over the years. A lot of these came out in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. That was when it was popular to do that. Not so much now, of course, but you know, a lot of these CDs they're compilations. They have different themes. A lot of them are holiday themed, Christmas, that kind of thing. Some of them are like, I saw salsa, I saw, you know, relaxing, Margaritaville, whatever, like all different types. And so it's basically like a smorgasbord of different music. And that's what I put together, and I'm going to be listing those. I think there was like, oh no, there was more than that. Oh, I'm blanking now. I think it was like 8 or 10, maybe like 8 or so. It took a while though. It's taken a while to put these together because I'm having to replace some cases. I'm having to use the machine over here, the Eco Pro 2, to, I say resurface, but basically to clean up or repair. They call it disc repair machine, to repair a lot of the discs. Some of them, unfortunately, have a lot of scratches. It looks like they were really beat up and not well taken care of, which is something that does happen. So it is taking longer to put them together, these series or these sets together, but it's coming, you know, little by little. And the other thing is, or not the other thing, but that's I have my other box there to go through. Remember, I had this stacked like way up here, and then I had CDs piled almost to this, well, not quite, but close to the ceiling. And so I'm slowly getting through all of that so that I can be done with it, free that space, and then I can really get into organizing what I have in here. Like those 2 crates are full of CD jewel cases. I've already dug into that top one, but I still have a lot left, so I should be fine for replacement cases, but it's definitely pushing me closer to the limits of having you know, extra replacement cases. So that's exciting to be getting, you know, moving further along. It's going to take a while. I mean, I'll be open tomorrow and Saturday, and I definitely will not finish by Saturday. There's just too many to go through. The other thing is, I should have ordered sooner, and I didn't. So when it comes to this machine, one of the downsides to it, not in terms of what it does, but in terms of the cost, is you have to buy these little time cards for 800 minutes. So it's essentially 1,600 disc repairs you can do with one of these. And they cost right now, you can buy one of them with 2 sets of pads for $74 plus shipping. So, you know, close to $90 essentially shipped. 88 bucks, I think it was. So that's a downside, that you have to use these. It doesn't just come with, or it doesn't just allow you to endlessly use the machine and only buy pads. And it also has a the solution here, this white solution that they use. Anyway, that's a downside. So my point is, this video is not about this, but that I'm only down to 68 minutes, which means I only can resurface, what is 68 times 2, 136. I can only do 136, so I ordered, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday I ordered another time card. I think they're called time cards. And they usually take a while to get here. So it's not going to get here till probably after Christmas, and today is Thursday. What is it? Is it the 19th? Yeah, the 19th. So Thursday, December 19th, 2024. So it's unlikely that's going to get here before Christmas, and I'll be open tomorrow working on this and Saturday. So if I keep up at this pace, I'm probably going to end up with not being able to resurface any more CDs. So I'll probably have to stop because I don't want to use up all of it. Because, you know, then I might have to resurface something that I'm going to put in the store or something I'm going to sell online. So I'm going to have to be careful in terms of that. So that might end up slowing me down, and then I'll have to do some other things, which could be going through records. That's the last of the stuff I have, the unsorted stuff I have, is to go through records. Those 4 are all not disorganized, but, you know, records I haven't sorted through yet, haven't prepared for sale. And those, of course, I don't have to run through any machines. Anyway, so yeah, so I would say definitely the point of this video, for sure, sell these lots of now. That's what I call music. If it makes sense for you, if it fits your business. Otherwise, don't bother. But I'm interested to see the ones that I'm going to be finding when I start getting mixed media Gaylords. I haven't had a mixed media Gaylord in a little while, like a year and a half or so, because the last Gaylords I went through were just CDs. So I haven't had mixed media in like close to 2 years, which is crazy to think of, considering how many of mixed media Gaylords I've gone through. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what's in there, if anything has changed. Yeah. Oh, and today, as a side note, today was really busy. I had a lot of people come in and a lot of new people came in as well. So I don't know if it has to do with Christmas coming around the corner. It might have to do with that. But I did get 4 or 5 new people, which is a good amount in one day for me. One person signed up for the newsletter. Another person said they're going to follow on Facebook. So, and one person that came in was pretty enthusiastic, bought a bunch of stuff, might turn into a long-term repeat customer who's always looking to buy physical media. So that's always good. I know there's lots of those people out there. It's just a matter of them finding my location. So today was awesome. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.